My sister hated me for 10 years. She despised me for 10 years too. But when a devastating magnitude 9 earthquake struck, and a hotel chandelier was about to crush me, my sister stepped in front of me. "Li Chuan, run outside. Do not look back." The chandelier crashed down and shattered her spine. Yet she gave me a relieved smile. "Mom and Dad's last wish was for me to take care of you. I did it. If there is another life, I hope you never appear before our family again." People held me back tightly. I could only watch my sister be buried beneath the rubble. That night, after losing my last family member, I jumped into the river without hesitation. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day I reunited with my family. I saw my sister waiting outside the police station. I walked toward her and passed right by. Then I called to a girl behind her. "Sister, you do not remember anything at all." The policewoman watched me, pen in hand, unwilling to miss any detail. "Think again. What was your surname? Where did you live? Who was in your family? You were already 7 or 8 when you were abducted. You should remember something." I lowered my eyes and spoke slowly. "They beat me constantly there. Once, they beat me until I blacked out. When I woke up, I could not remember much." The policewoman's gaze immediately filled with pity. She put down her pen. "It is all right. If you remember anything later, you can contact us anytime." I left the police station. I headed toward the guest house they had arranged for me, when I saw a familiar figure hurrying over. "Sister." My heart jolted. In my previous life, the police contacted the Li family first, and only then did Li Xia reluctantly come for me. Why had she come so early this time? Li Xia's eyes lit up when she saw me. She rushed over to me. I was about to speak, but she spoke first. "I am warning you. Do not pretend you are related to us. The Li family already has a son." It suddenly hit me. Li Xia had been reborn too. No wonder. She feared I would return to claim my family, as I had before. That was why she came early to stop me. Bitterness filled my heart. I looked up, feigning confusion. "Who are you? What do you mean? The Li family?" Li Xia's expression turned suspicious. "What trick are you trying now?" I pointed to my head instead, then said plainly, "I really do not know you. I was injured here before. I cannot remember many things." When she heard I was hurt, a flicker of guilt crossed Li Xia's eyes, but it quickly vanished. "I do not care whether your amnesia is real or fake. You only need to understand one thing. The Li family is not where you belong." After a pause, she continued, "Though we are strangers, I pity you. I can give you some money. I can even find you a place to live. Enough for you to live on until adulthood. Just do not babble nonsense to the police, or disturb my family." I shook my head. "Thank you, but I do not need it." Ignoring her stunned stare, I got into the car. I remembered Li Xia before she died in my past life. She had smiled and said she could finally reunite with Mom, Dad, and her brother. My heart ached unbearably. She had risked her life to save me, but in her heart, she had only one brother, and it was someone else. Since the 4 of them were happy without me, then let them stay happy in this life. At the guest house, I lay in bed, unable to sleep. I stared at the pitch-black sky outside. Memories flooded back like a tide. It had been the same year in my past life. The police rescued me from the mountains. Through tears, I gave them my parents' names and address. I truly believed I was finally going home. But when they took me back, I found a strange boy in the house. Mom and Dad explained awkwardly. They had been devastated after I was abducted, so they adopted him. His name was Liwang. The way they looked at me was complicated. It was as though I were a stranger who had suddenly intruded. Yet they treated that boy with tenderness and affection, as if he were their real son. But they used to love me most. They did. I broke down. I screamed hysterically. I pointed at the boy and called him a thief for stealing the home that should have been mine. Mom and Dad scolded me for being so unreasonable. Shaking as I cried, I screamed hoarsely. "But I suffered so much. Why does he get to live a good life?" Mom and Dad looked at me in silence. Their eyes held pain, but also hesitation. To my surprise, that night, the boy left a letter. Then he quietly left. He said he had returned to the orphanage. He did not want this family to fall apart because of him. I was consumed by unease, but Mom and Dad did not blame me. They only sighed. They said they would go to the orphanage and bring him back. My sister wanted to go with them, but they stopped her. "Stay home with your brother. He has only just made it back. Take good care of him." But they never came back. Their car crashed while they were bringing the boy back. All 3 of them died. From then on, my sister hated me completely. She hated me for 10 whole years. Thinking of that, my throat tightened and my eyes stung. I wiped the tears from the corners of my eyes. Since I couldn't return to the Li family, I had to figure out my future. I was not even 16 yet. I needed a guardian. Then a name rose in my mind. By Ningbing, a frail girl who always shielded me when we were beaten. If not for her in my past life, the family who bought me would have beaten me to death long ago. When we were punished and locked in a pigsty, shivering, she wrapped the last of her clothes around me. "From now on, I am your sister. I will protect you." Together, we endured countless unbearable days. But later, she was sold to another village. When I was rescued, the police said the people in that village had been rescued before us. In my past life, I meant to look for her, but the sudden tragedy at home kept me from going. This time, I decided to find her. The next day, I went to the police station at dawn. Officer, I remember where my home is. After registering my information, I turned to leave the station, but Licia rushed over and grabbed my wrist. You fooled me again. So, you really were faking it before. Why are you so determined to return to the Li family? The Li family does not want you. Her voice trembled, as though she were suppressing immense rage. Do you not understand? I already have a younger brother. Mom and Dad adore him. They do not need some extra son. I shook off her hand and kept walking without a word. My attitude enraged Licia until her eyes turned red. She suddenly shouted, "Were you not abducted? Why did you not just stay in those mountains forever?" Her hysterical appearance was exactly how she had been after Mom and Dad died in my past life. When she pointed at my face and cursed, "Why did you not die in their place?" It was exactly the same. I raised my hand and slapped her hard. Smack! The sharp slap silenced her for a moment. Who do you think you are talking to? I stared at her and asked, word by word, do you think abducted people deserve to die out there? It was as if the slap had awakened Licia. She staggered half a step back. Regret showed in her eyes. I am sorry. The policewoman beside us could not take it anymore. Frowning, she stepped in front of me. Miss, how can you say something like that? This boy is looking for his own family. Who are you to interfere? Licia fell silent for a long while. Finally, she grabbed my arm with a cold expression. Do you not want to go home? Come on. But I pulled free from her grasp. Under her astonished gaze, I hid behind the policewoman. I am going home. But what does that have to do with you? My sister's name is Ningbing. She lives in S province. I told Licia, one word at a time. Licia froze. Then she looked at me in disbelief. Li Chuan, you have got some nerve. Since when do you have a sister named Ningbing? The policewoman immediately pulled me behind her protectively. She turned and asked me, do you know her, kid? I shook my head, my voice barely audible. No. And my name is not Li Chuan. My surname is Bai. Licia's expression flickered with shock. She stared at me in disbelief. Then she seemed to understand something. You were reborn too, weren't you? I lowered my head and clenched the hem of my shirt. I do not know what you mean. Li Chuan. Hatred surged in Licia's eyes. Do you think playing dumb and faking amnesia can erase the fact that you are a murderer? You even made up a fake name to deceive me. She scoffed. What? Do you think I will panic? Keep dreaming. She stepped closer, her eyes mocking. Fine. Your sister is called Ningbing, right? Then go find her. She stared at me smugly, as if certain I would panic. What a lunatic. The policewoman cursed under her breath. She took my hand and led me into the police car. Come on. Ignore her. Only then did Licia panic. She chased after us and pounded on the window. Where are you going? But she was left choking on exhaust fumes. We drove for a long time. At last, we stopped before a garden villa. I was surprised. I had not expected Ningbing's family to be so wealthy. I immediately felt more confident about relying on her. We went up and knocked. After a long wait, someone opened the door. The woman behind the door was tall and slender. Her features were refined, but she had a sickly pallor. Loose strands of hair partly covered her eyes. Her shirt sleeves were rolled to her elbows, revealing her thin wrists. She paused when she saw us. Who are you? Sister, I am your little brother. I threw myself straight into her arms. Her whole body stiffened, but she did not push me away at once. Li Chuan, are you crazy? Licia suddenly rushed up from the stairwell. She yanked me away. Furious, she pointed at Ningbing. What are you doing? Do you even know who she is? You just threw yourself into her arms. What if she is a bad person? Licia looked travel-worn and disheveled. She must have followed us all the way here, just as she had secretly followed me in my past life, and ultimately risked her life to save me. I looked at her, my expression unreadable. She is my sister. What right do you have to insult my sister? Licia laughed in sheer fury. She is your sister. Li Chuan, are you blind? I retorted, one word at a time. If she is not my sister, then are you? I stared at her. Licia opened her mouth. She nearly called herself my sister, but she forcibly swallowed it. She glared at me. In the end, she only sneered. You nearly led me around in circles. I told you, I am not your sister. You do not deserve to be my brother. A self-mocking smile tugged at my lips. The policewoman finally lost her patience. She cut in sharply. Which one of you is actually his sister? The moment I threw myself into Ningbing's arms, she had already recognized me, seeing the plea in my eyes. Ningbing sighed and turned to the policewoman. I am his sister. Thank you for helping me find my brother. Licia's expression turned incredulous. Fine. Very well. She looked at me with a dark expression. I am not forcing you to do this. It was your own decision. Do not regret it later. With that, she turned and left. As I watched Licia walk away, waves of indescribable bitterness rose in my heart. Was this not what she wanted? I was not going back to the Li family. Then why did she look as though I had betrayed her? After everyone had left, I quietly said to Ningbing, I am sorry for causing you trouble. That was your biological sister, right? Bai Ningbing asked. If you had a disagreement with your family, Bai Ningbing gently urged. Go back once you have made up. I shook my head. Everything from my past life flashed through my mind. I cannot go back anymore. Just as I was about to speak, the corner of my eye caught sight of something on the table. Some medicine bottles she had not put away in time. When I read their labels, my heart lurched. Looking at the woman with her head lowered, her expression unreadable, I suddenly grabbed Bai Ningbing's hand. You once said, if I had nowhere to call home, you would be my sister and take care of me for life. My voice trembled slightly. Do those words still count? Bai Ningbing was silent for a very long time. So long that I thought time had stopped. Finally, she nodded. They still count. I happily threw myself into her arms. Then from today on, you are my real sister, and I am your only brother. I looked up at her. We are each other's family. Now, sister, I have not eaten all day. I am starving. Bai Ningbing was visibly taken aback. All right, I will buy groceries. What do you want to eat? Scrambled eggs with tomatoes. Anything else is fine. I said it casually. Bai Ningbing nodded and headed out. I took the chance to sweep all the medicine from the table into a drawer, pretending I had seen nothing. But soon after, there was a knock at the door. How could she be back so soon? I opened the door, only to find Li Xia standing there with a dark expression. Why are you here? Without a word, Li Xia grabbed my hand and tried to drag me out. Come with me. I shook off her hand. Where are you taking me? Home. Of course. Li Chuan. There is a limit to playing dumb. Are you really going to live with some strange woman, with no proper relationship between you? Weariness suddenly crept into Li Xia's voice. Since we have both come back, let us put what happened in our past lives behind us. Come home with me and behave yourself. Mom, Dad, and I will treat you well. Stop always trying to compete with Wang. I cut Li Xia off. What if I said my condition for going home was that Liwang had to leave? Would you agree? The air instantly froze. Li Xia stared at me in disbelief. Then hatred filled her eyes. I knew it. You really are vicious by nature. Why do you insist on driving Wang out? I am telling you, keep dreaming. Wang has been with Mom and Dad all these years. To them, he is already as good as their real son. See, I sneered coldly. I only posed a hypothetical. I have not even done anything. Yet your reaction is this extreme. Things have never been fair between Liwang and me. My voice began to shake. Have any of you ever considered how I feel? Did I choose to be abducted? During all those years I was taken away. Do you know how much I suffered? Why should I be expected to graciously accept someone else taking the love that should have been mine? Were you not abducted because you were the one who ran off to play? Li Xia blurted out. Who else was to blame? I jerked my head up, my gaze sharp as a blade. Are you sure I was the one who wanted to play? I advanced on her step by step. Li Xia, you have deceived everyone for so long. Have you finally fooled even yourself? Her face went paper white. I knew she remembered. When I was 7, Li Xia insisted on taking me to play in a remote cornfield. I did not want to go into the cornfield. She called me a coward, let go of my hand, and ran inside alone. Soon, I heard Li Xia crying out. Though terrified, I stumbled in to find her. That was when I ran into the traffickers. I ran a few steps, but I was so young that I fell to the ground. Sister, help me. I reached out to her, but she only glanced at me, then ran past me without looking back, crying as she fled. Li Xia's breathing became ragged. Cold sweat beaded at her temples. In my past life, you always told others I was abducted because I insisted on going there to play. I stared straight into her eyes. Do you dare say it again to my face? Tell me. When I was abducted, what exactly happened? I did not truly blame Li Xia. After all, she was only 9 then. Faced with that kind of terror, a 9-year-old child would instinctively run and lie. But when she used that lie again and again as a weapon to attack me, my understanding became a cruel joke. Li Xia, you keep calling me vicious. But what about you? Why have I become this way? It is all thanks to you. Li Xia's lips trembled, but she could not say a single word. That is not how it was. Li Chuan, I wanted to save you then. I turned back afterward, but you were already gone. I waved my hand. It does not matter anymore. In my past life, you did save my life in the end. We are even. Since none of you can treat us fairly, then please stop interfering with my life. Li Xia left in a daze. I was about to close the door when Bai Ningbing slowly emerged from around the corner, carrying groceries. You are back. Yes, I just got here. Bai Ningbing was actually a very good cook. Just scrambled eggs with tomatoes and a vegetable soup. Yet I devoured it hungrily across both my lives. It was the first meal anyone had made especially for me. When I was abducted, besides being beaten and trained, I had to do all the housework every day, waiting hand and foot on that family. I was always given cold, spoiled food. Later, when I lived under the same roof as Li Xia, once, full of hope, I cooked her a whole table of dishes, but she swept every dish onto the floor. Do not waste your effort trying to please me, she had shouted, her eyes red. You killed Mom, Dad, and our little brother. I will never forgive you for as long as I live. After that, the kitchen in that house never saw another fire. Before I knew it, Tears have fallen into my bowl. Bai Ningbing hurriedly wiped away my tears. Her voice was full of helplessness. Is it that bad? I have not cooked for myself in so long. I will make you something else. I shook my head and hugged her tightly. No, it is delicious, sister. Can you cook for me for the rest of my life? Bai Ningbing's body visibly stiffened. Then, as if reaching a decision, she gently patted my back. All right. The next day, Bai Ningbing took me to get a new identity card. My name was changed to Bai Chuan. At last, I had a brand new identity, and Li Xia never appeared again. I thought that without me disrupting things, they were probably living well. Those 2 years with the Bai family were the warmest time of my life. Bai Ningbing and I lived like true siblings. Bai Ningbing was not much of a talker, but whenever she promised me something, she never broke her word. And I spent those 2 years desperately catching up on my studies, finally earning admission to the Nanda University I had always dreamed of. The day she took me to enroll, Bai Ningbing took my admission letter to get my campus card. I waited for her beneath the trees when I unexpectedly saw the Li family. They were joyfully bringing Liwang to school. I stared at them blankly. The radiant smiles on Mom and Dad's faces were ones I had never seen during our brief time together in my past life. Then Li Xia noticed me. Her expression instantly changed. First came delight, then embarrassment. She hurried over. She pulled me behind a tree and lowered her voice. What are you doing here? After a pause, she seemed to realize her tone was harsh. Li Xia softened her voice. Mom and Dad still do not know you exist. Wang was still in his final year of high school, and I was afraid it would affect him. So I have not told them about you yet. Did you receive the living expenses I sent you? I tried to remember. It seemed I received an unfamiliar transfer every month, but I returned everyone. I did not want to get tangled up with Li Xia, worried Bai Ningbing would not be able to find me. I said, I have to go. But Li Xia blocked my way, looking troubled. No. Chuan, you cannot go out right now. Wang just got into Nanda University. Everyone in the family is so happy. If I show up, I will spoil that for you. Is that it? I looked at her calmly, but I got into Nanda too. I am here to enroll. Chuan, do not joke with me. Li Xia sounded anxious. You repeated your final year several times and could not even get into a community college. How could you possibly get into Nanda University? Memories from my past life flooded back, devastated by my parents' deaths and having missed years of school after being abducted. I really struggled with my studies. I took the exams several times but never got into college. Li Xia had mocked me countless times. A pig-brained idiot like you will never get into college as long as you live. What she did not know was that where she could not see, I never gave up, working through my books bit by bit. I dreamed that one day I would get into Nanda University. When Li Xia saw Liwang searching everywhere for her, she anxiously shoved me. Hurry up and leave. Do not worry. I will make it up to you someday. She even called over a security guard. This person does not belong to your school. Get him out of here. Just as the guard moved toward me, a cool, clear voice suddenly rang out. Stop. What do you think you are doing to my brother? Sister. The moment I saw Bai Ningbing, I cried out in delight. I broke away from Li Xia and ran to her. Li Xia froze where she stood. Seeing how close Bai Ningbing and I were, she was instantly consumed by rage. She grabbed my wrist. Chuan, what is she doing here? My name is not Chuan. I am Bai Chuan. If you do not let go, my sister will not let you get away with this. Your sister? You two, a man and a woman, have lived alone together for 2 years. Who knows if you are really siblings? Or something else. Li Xia spoke without thinking. She had just begun to regret it when, before she could finish, Bai Ningbing's slap struck her hard across the face. Li Xia staggered back several steps. Blood seeped from the corner of her mouth. She was about to strike back, but then Bai Ningbing produced my admission letter, along with the certificate recognizing the Bai parents as fallen heroes. She addressed the crowd in a clear voice. My brother is a new student at Nanda University this year. Our parents died in the line of duty. Will Nanda University just stand by and watch my brother be bullied? Is this how you treat the orphan of fallen heroes? Bai Ningbing's parents had both been narcotics officers. Bai Ningbing once told me that she had not been trafficked. She had been deliberately kidnapped by her parents' enemies as an act of revenge. By the time Bai Ningbing was finally rescued, before she could even see them again, they died in the line of duty. During the 2 years we lived together, she never once mentioned her parents. I was afraid of reopening her wounds too, so we silently understood not to speak of it. I never expected that to protect me. Bai Ningbing would mention her parents for the first time. My heart was a tangled mess of emotions. Why was she so good to me? We were not related by blood at all. The people who had been watching the spectacle instantly changed their expressions. The guard apologized to me again and again, then sternly moved to throw Li Xia out. Once Li Xia learned I had really gotten into Nanda University, her eyes filled with regret. I am sorry. Chuan, I did not know you had really gotten in. But when she saw our parents looking our way, as if they were about to come over, she had no choice but to leave in a hurry. Sis, You were amazing. I gazed at Bai Ningbing with shining eyes. Did you see the looks on their faces? You nearly scared them to their knees. Bai Ningbing smiled and patted my head. Learn from your sister. Do not let anyone push you around again. I thought that was the end of it, but fate had other ideas. When I opened my dorm room door, I saw Mom, Dad, and Liwang making up the beds. Licia, standing behind them, went deathly pale. When Mom and Dad's eyes fell on my face, they both drew in a sharp breath. Mom pointed at me with a trembling hand. You are. My name is Bai Chuan. I cut her off and linked my arm through Bai Ningbing's. This is my sister. Disappointment showed in Mom and Dad's eyes. Even as they left, Mom kept looking back, her eyes full of reluctance. Licia tried to speak with me, but Liwang pushed her out of the dorm. Sis, I can handle things here myself. Go home with Mom and Dad. Do not keep me from meeting my new roommates. After Licia left, Liwang warmly took me shopping for daily necessities. I could not refuse him, so I agreed. Once we reached a deserted tree-lined path, Liwang suddenly flung my hand away. His friendly smile vanished at once. Should I call you Bai Chuan or Li Chuan? He tilted his head as he sized me up, his gaze icy. Do you really think you can replace me? I stared at Liwang in surprise. I had not expected him to have known about me all along. My sister promised me long ago. He lifted his chin, his eyes full of smug certainty, knowing he had their support. The Li family will always have only one son, me. I fell silent. Licia really did adore this brother of hers. She had even told him something like this. Liwang looked at me, unwilling to accept it. All these years since I was adopted, I have desperately tried to please them. I have done so much just to make Mom, Dad, and Sis accept me. My biological parents did not want me. I had no choice, but I will never hand them over to you so easily, even if you are their biological son. Seeing the wariness on his face, I suddenly realized I should have hated him for taking my place and enjoying everything that should have been mine. But what came to mind instead was the horrific crash in my past life that killed him and my parents. Do not worry, I said softly. I will not return to the Li family. Liwang froze, confusion filling his eyes. Why? I remembered my parents' final request before they died, that Licia take care of me. Then I saw again the harrowing image of Licia risking her life to save me in the earthquake. Then Bai Ningbing's face came to mind, because I already have a family member who means the world to me, just as you cherish Mom, Dad, and your sister. I cannot bear to lose her either. Liwang did not quite understand, but the hostility in his eyes slowly faded. You are not like what my sister said, he muttered softly. I smiled. I did not ask what Licia had told him about me. None of that mattered anymore. In the days that followed, I threw myself into my studies. My papers were published in top journals. I led my team to victory in an international programming competition. I also earned a national scholarship with the highest grades in my department. The boy who had once hit rock bottom was now shining once more. Yet my peaceful life was still shattered. That day, Mom and Dad stopped me, their eyes red-rimmed. We had a paternity test done. Xiao Chuan, you are Mom and Dad's son. Come home with us, please. Licia stood beside them, her face bright with anticipation. I told Mom and Dad everything. You got into Nanda University, and you have achieved so much. Mom and Dad are so proud of you. I am sorry. I took a step back, but I cannot go home with you. I am an adult now. I can make my own decisions. Before Mom and Dad could react, Licia stared at me in disbelief. You are refusing? Why? You used to. The corner of my mouth twitched into a silent smile. I thought I had made myself very clear before. I met her gaze calmly. This time, I never intended to return to the Li family. I am Bai Chuan now. Liwang is your son or brother, not me. Licia's face slowly turned pale. Mom suddenly rushed over and clung tightly to me. Her tears soaked my shoulder. Xiao Chuan, all the years you were missing, Mom thought about you every day. How can you refuse to acknowledge your mother? In the corner of my eye, Liwang stood aside, biting his lip. A lonely expression crossed his face. If I come back, I asked softly, what will happen to Liwang? I looked Mom straight in the eye. Mom will make it up to you. Mom knows you have suffered all these years. Once you come home, we will make up everything that should have been yours. Shares in Dad's company, and the family home. All of it will be yours. Seeing that I remained unmoved, Mom gave Liwang a conflicted look. Mom finally steeled herself. Licia told me that if you insist Xiao Wang leave, we will send him away. Xiao Wang is an adult now anyway. I am sure he will understand us. All color drained from Li Wang's face. He stared at Licia and our parents in disbelief. But Licia lowered her head, unable to face him. She only looked at me pleadingly. After what you said to me last time, I took every word to heart. A few days ago, I went with Mom and Dad to the mountain village where you were trafficked. Only then did I learn how hard your life had been, and how difficult it was for you to get where you are today. I know I was blind and heartless before. You were my real little brother all along. Can you give me a chance to make up for my mistakes? Then Dad, who had been silent all this time, spoke. Xiao Chuan, your mom and sister are right. If you come home, Tell us whatever you want. We cannot let such an outstanding son live out there on his own. At once, I understood. When I returned home in my past life, I was an illiterate boy trafficked into the mountains, while Liwang was the son they had raised for 8 or 9 years. But in this life, what I had achieved far outshone Liwang's. I looked at Liwang. You are still the same as before. You only regret things after you have lost them. Then I looked at Mom and Dad. I am doing well now, and I do not want to return to the Li family. I stepped back. Please do not disrupt my life with my sister again. And then I glanced at the devastated Liwang beside them. He loves you very much. Do not make him, like I once was, hurt one person to prove his love for another. That is truly hypocritical. At that, Liwang abruptly looked up at me. Her eyes were filled with regret. But Mom and Dad suddenly exchanged a glance. Mom spoke hesitantly, but Ningbing already agreed to let you return to the Li family. My head began to buzz. Ignoring the Li family's shouts, I turned and ran. I bought the earliest ticket I could get. When I got home and opened the door, what I saw made my heart plummet. The home that had once felt so lived in had been cleaned from top to bottom, empty as though no one had ever lived there. Ningbing. My cry echoed through the empty house. Tears blurred my vision. I crouched on the floor, wailing like an abandoned child. Ningbing, you liar. You promised we would be family forever. Xiao Chuan. That voice made me jerk my head up. Ningbing stood in the entryway, her slender figure looking as though a gust could blow her away. I rushed over and held her tightly, afraid she would disappear the next second. Where did you go? You cannot leave me behind. Why were you trying to send me away? She gently patted my back. Wouldn't going home be better? I can see it. Your parents love you very much. They can give you far more than I can, but they are not you. I looked up at her, tears rolling down my face. They already have lives of their own, and I only have you. Ningbing was silent for a long time, so long that I thought she would refuse me again. But at last, she softly said, "Okay, I will not leave." That night, she made a lavish dinner. I chattered on about amusing things at school. Your little brother gets great grades now. I am planning to study abroad on exchange in my 3rd year. It is fully funded, so you will not have to pay a cent. I am also going to apply to bring a family member along. I will take you with me, sis. Did you not always tell me you wanted to see the world abroad? Ningbing listened quietly, a faint smile on her lips. I was immersed in my happiness, not noticing her face growing paler and paler. When I realized she had not answered in a while, "Sis," I found her slumped silently over the table. "Are you too tired? Do not sleep here. You will catch a cold." When I went over to help her back to her room, a flash of glaring crimson caught my eye. Blood seeped from the corner of Ningbing's mouth. A small pool of bright red blood spread across the table. I stared at the diagnosis. End-stage heart failure. My fingers shook uncontrollably. The doctor flipped through her thick medical file and said, "She has congenital heart disease. During the kidnapping, her captors injected her with banned drugs just to vent their rage. For her to have held on this long is already a miracle." Only then did I understand why Ningbing had grown thinner and thinner over the years, and why her face had become so pale. Then I suddenly understood why she never came looking for me in my past life. In that timeline, she may have already been gone. Ningbing remained unconscious. I begged countless people, asking if there was any way to save her. The only option was a heart transplant, but a compatible heart was hard to find, and so was a specialist willing to perform the surgery. Until Ningbing finally opened her eyes in her hospital bed. I asked her with red-rimmed eyes, "Why did you not tell me sooner?" She gave a weak smile. "It cannot be cured. Telling you would only make you worry." "What about me?" My voice broke apart. "Did you never think about what I would do without you?" Ningbing stared at the ceiling in silence for a long time. Finally, she said softly, "Xiao Chuan, I have already made arrangements for your future. Even without me, you can live well. Do not worry. I made a will. I do not want some future without you. You would rather prepare for the worst than try again. Why do all of you insist on making decisions for me? Liwang did it, and now you are doing it too. Ningbing, if you die, it will all be over for you. Have you thought how much pain you would leave me in?" I sobbed uncontrollably, clutching her hand with pleading eyes. "Please, try again. Please, for me. Try to keep living. I have already looked into it. The country's leading heart transplant specialist is currently in China. Once we find a compatible heart, you can have the operation and you can get better." I rambled desperately, until a gentle smile appeared on Ningbing's pale face. "Okay, then we will try again." Just then, the attending doctor rushed through the door, looking exceptionally excited. "We found a suitable donor heart. We found one, and we found a surgeon for Ningbing. Liwang's mentor will perform the surgery." Liwang was the one who pulled strings to make it happen. I was overwhelmed with gratitude, but Liwang merely shook his head. "Do not thank me. I only did what I should have done." But on the eve of the operation, Liwang suddenly came to the hospital. She looked at me with a complicated expression. "I am sorry for what happened before. I was wrong. Stop holding a grudge against the family. Mom and Dad miss you so much. Once Ningbing's situation is settled, will you come home?" I shook my head. "I told you, The Bai family is my home. Li Chuan, do you really have to insist on Bai Ningbing? I did not want to deal with her. Did you come here just to say this? If there is nothing else, I am going back to the ward. My sister is waiting for me. Sister. Her eyes turned red, and her voice grew hoarse. You wait on her hand and foot every day. What is so special about her? My affairs are none of your business, I said coldly. None of my business? Li Xia gave a cold laugh. Do you know how much the family has spent on this? How many favors we had to call in? The success rate for a heart transplant is so low. All that money will go straight down the drain. The more she spoke, the more agitated she became. Besides, with Bai Ningbing's condition, even if this works, how many years can she live? Slap. I struck her hard across the face. Li Xia froze. She touched her cheek in disbelief. You hit me because of her? Her voice trembled. Li Chuan, get this straight. I am your real sister. What is that sickly wreck to you? Bai Ningbing is my sister in my heart. I said every word slowly and clearly. I will pay you back the money, every last cent, but no one will stop me from saving her. With that, I turned and walked away. Li Xia's broken scream rang out behind me. Liwang looked at Li Xia, kneeling on the floor, with a conflicted expression. Sis, have you ever considered that you deserve to be scolded? You clearly wanted to mend things with him. So, why would you talk to him like that? And you would not let me tell him that the lead surgeon was not my mentor at all. You were the one who knelt and begged for 3 days and nights, and went through hell to secure that surgeon. As Bai Ningbing was wheeled into the operating room, I held her hand tightly. Xiao Chuan, she whispered, I truly want to live now. She was paler than usual, but her eyes were exceptionally bright. I want to spend many more years with you. I nodded frantically, my tears splashing onto the back of her hand. You will. You definitely will. The operating room light came on. I stood outside with my hands clasped together, praying for a miracle. Perhaps a miracle truly happened. A nurse brought good news. The procedure was a success. The patient's vital signs are stable. The hardest part is already over. Now we only have to wait for the heart transplant. I was almost crying with joy. I could almost see Bai Ningbing fully recovered. But then the wait became agonizingly long. The operating room lights stayed on, but no more news came until the attending doctor came through the door. His face showed unmistakable exhaustion and regret. Doctor, where is my sister? He looked at me and sighed. I sprang to my feet, my voice trembling. Did something go wrong with the transplant? Or was there a rejection reaction? I looked it up. If there is rejection, there is another option. You. The doctor shook his head, cutting me off. The donor's family just withdrew consent for the donation. What do you mean? It felt as if I had been struck by lightning. They withdrew consent? How can they refuse at the last minute? Did they not sign the agreement already? I lost control and grabbed the doctor's arm. My nails nearly dug into his flesh. How can you do this? The operation has already begun. My sister's heart has been removed. She is waiting for the transplant. How can they still refuse? The Li family rushed over. Li Xia grabbed me. Xiao Chuan, calm down. The doctor explained helplessly. The donor did sign an organ donation agreement while he was alive, but his family has changed their minds. They believe removing his organs will affect his reincarnation. I am sorry. Our hospital cannot disregard the donor family's wishes. My whole body shook, but I could not form a complete sentence. Go see her one last time, the doctor said softly. The hospital room was terrifyingly quiet. Bai Ningbing lay still in the hospital bed. Her chest was covered by a snow-white sheet. With trembling hands, I lifted one corner. A long incision ran brutally across her chest. Her chest cavity was empty. Her breathing was still steady. Her face was peaceful, as though she were merely asleep. But I knew she would never wake again. She would never softly call my name again. She would never quietly wait for me at home again. But she had finally wanted to live. When I first met Bai Ningbing at the Bai house, I knew she did not want to live. The pills on her desk were all antidepressants, and a bottle of sleeping pills, already more than half empty. So I used our promise to give her a reason to hold on. I told her, sis, you have to live. Otherwise, I will have no home again. She promised me, but in the end, I still could not keep her. I bent down and embraced her body as it slowly turned cold. My tears soaked the snow-white sheets. Liar, I choked out. I pressed my forehead against her shoulder. You promised we would be family for life. A light rain fell on the day of her funeral. Mom, Dad, Li Xia and Liwang all came. Black umbrellas stretched across the cemetery in an unbroken sea. Mom handed me an envelope, her eyes red. The first time Bai Ningbing met us, she gave us this. I opened it. Inside was a will. Bai Ningbing left me everything her parents had left her, including all their savings and property. She told us, I hope you will give in the freedom to choose. If you are willing to come home with us, then let us treat you well. If you do not want to live with us, then with this money from her, you can still live well on your own. Mom's voice broke. Xiao Chuan, you found a wonderful sister. She deserved all the love you gave her. Li Xia stood to one side. Rain streamed down her cheeks. No one could tell rain from tears. She suddenly stepped forward. Her voice caught. I'm sorry. All these years, I took all my hatred out on you." Her nails dug deeply into her palms. "But I never realized that you were a victim too. In my heart, you have always been my little brother. I failed you. I let you suffer so much. By Ningbing, she treated you better than I ever did." I did not answer. The wind-swept rain across by Ningbing's photograph on the headstone. Her features were gentle, as if she were still watching over me. Forgive her. I did not know. But I knew some wounds cannot heal with a single apology. In the end, I used the money by Ningbing left me to study abroad. When we said goodbye at the airport, Liwang secretly slipped me a note. It listed Liwang's contact details, along with Mom and Dad's. "Brother, if you ever get tired, remember to come home. We will all be waiting for you." I smiled and tucked the note into my pocket. Then I turned and walked toward security. As the plane soared into the sky, I gazed at the rolling sea of clouds outside the window. I gently touched the pendant around my neck. Inside was a photograph of Bai Ningbing and me together. "Sis, thank you for letting me know that I have been loved all along. This time,